Friends, imagine this. You have the same 24 hours in a day as any scientist or Olympic athlete. But here's the thing. They know how to use their minds differently. Have you ever wondered why some people stay consistently productive while many of us feel exhausted by mid-morning? Sometimes it feels like our brain itself becomes the obstacle, turning revolutionary ideas into roadblocks. On some days, you just want to pause and stare at nothing. The to-do list is endless, but your energy is zero. You sit down to focus, but distractions start dancing around you. Phone notifications, the lure of social media, and a restless mind that switches channels every 5 minutes. Now, picture a day when you wake up feeling refreshed, your mind crystal clear, finishing tasks ahead of schedule without any tools, and ending the day not with exhaustion, but with satisfaction. Knowing you've mastered your mind instead of it mastering you. This isn't a fantasy, it's science. Science has made it clear how our brain falters, how distractions hijack it, and how we can rewire it to become super productive. The difference lies in playing by your brain's rules, not against them. Imagine if you could sync with your mind's buttons, controlling stress, activating motivation, and deleting laziness. What would your life look like? This is the start of a journey, guided by 8 brain rules that can take your productivity to the next level. These rules govern the inner workings of your mind. You just need to activate them. But here's a warning. Once you understand these, you'll never work the old way again. The question is, are you ready to explore your brain's hidden powers? Rule 1. Sleep, the brain's reset button. Remember that morning when you woke up without an alarm, your eyes opened naturally, and all you could say was, "Wow, today feels different." Your head was clear, your mind calm, and energy was bursting out. It felt like your brain had rebuilt itself overnight. But how often do such days happen? Maybe once a week, or not even once a month. Too often we say, "Sleep. I don't need it. Work first, sleep later." We stay up late, glued to screens, and the next morning we face heavy eyes, a tired brain, and an incomplete day. The truth is, sleep isn't just rest. It's your brain's reset button. When you sleep, your brain goes into maintenance mode, clearing out cluttered thoughts, stress, and mental fog. It stores memories properly, regulates emotions, and sharpens your thinking. Have you noticed? After a good night's sleep, decisions feel easier, your intuition is sharper, you're less irritable, and your focus stays steady. Most importantly, your motivation flows naturally, not forced. Now imagine waking up like that every day, refreshed, clear, and full of fire. Your speed, clarity, and drive would be next level. But here's the catch. We've turned sleep into a multitasking activity. Even at bedtime, our minds stay active. Netflix is on, or we're scrolling Instagram reels. Instead of shutting down, the brain overheats, and a silent war begins between your mind and your habits. It's time to realize that productivity starts in bed, where you tell your brain, "Rest now, we'll soar tomorrow." When you make this a habit, you learn not just to manage time, but to channel energy and focus effectively. Prioritizing sleep means giving your brain the respect it deserves. A well-rested brain can work magic that changes the world. So, the next time you're tempted to scroll late at night, ask yourself, is this small sleep theft robbing tomorrow's dreams? The choice is yours. Lull your brain to rest or burn it out. Rule 2. Move your body, sharpen your mind. Sometimes it feels like your brain is stuck. Thoughts move in slow motion, work feels draining, words don't make sense, and conversations feel heavy. It's like a sluggish monster is weighing you down. No joy, no clarity, just a strange lethargy. What do? Grab another coffee, increase screen time, or hide in distractions. Deep down, we know these aren't solutions. Now imagine you're in that state, but you take a 20-minute brisk walk or do a simple workout. As your breathing quickens and your heart races, the mental fog starts to lift. Emotions reset, one by one. This isn't magic. It's the primal connection between body and brain. When your body wakes up, your mind does too. Many think exercise is just for muscles, but it's fuel for your brain. Every time you move, your brain releases chemicals like dopamine and serotonin, which make you feel happy, motivated, and focused. This isn't just a temporary boost. Regular movement reshapes your brain, strengthening the areas responsible for focus, memory, and resilience. You've probably noticed that new ideas often spark while you're walking, or problems get solved during a run. Movement creates a rhythm in your brain that aligns your thoughts. But modern life has made us so sedentary that we've reduced ourselves to chair-bound machines. From morning to night, chair, car seat, bed, our vibrant energy fades. Moving doesn't mean hitting the gym. It means giving your brain oxygen, letting emotions flow, and loving your body enough to awaken your mind. When you say, "I'll just walk for 10 minutes today," those 10 minutes can transport you to a world where clarity, confidence, and strength become your default state. That's the key to unlocking productivity's door, and it's always in your pocket. You just need to use it daily. So, the next time your mind feels dull, motivation vanishes, or a task feels heavy, ask yourself, am I moving or just spinning in place? Sometimes a single step can shift your entire life. Rule 3. Focus one task at a time. Have you ever caught yourself juggling 5 tasks at once? Phone in one hand, typing on your laptop with the other, replaying an old conversation in your head, a YouTube video playing in the background, and suddenly remembering something else you forgot to do. At the end of the day, you stop and ask, what did I accomplish? The answer, you tried a lot but finished nothing. That's the deception of multitasking. It feels like you're doing everything, but your brain is jumping between tasks every 10 seconds, draining energy with each switch. Focus isn't just a skill, it's a superpower. Truly successful people have mastered it. When your mind locks onto one task, it works like a laser beam, diving deep into exploration with crystal clear clarity. Time seems to fly, but today's world pulls us away from focus. Every beep, notification, or ping yanks you from your core thought. Your brain slows down, stuck in short videos, short thoughts, and short successes. Imagine a day where you focus on just one task with full dedication. No distractions, no unnecessary switching. Just you and the task in a quiet, deep connection. What would the quality of that work be? What would it feel like to lift your head after completing it? That's the essence of deep work, where tasks aren't just ticked off, but immersed in. Reclaiming focus isn't impossible, but it's a conscious choice. You must teach your brain that not everything is urgent. At first, your mind resists, feeling bored or craving distractions. But if you push through, you enter a new world where your mind is calm and actions are powerful. In less time, you'll produce more impactful work. That's the true face of productivity, not loud or scattered, but centered. Next time you dive into a task, ask, am I truly present in this moment? If not, pause, take a deep breath, and immerse yourself in that one task. That's where your extraordinary begins. Rule 4. Stress. Address it before it addresses you. Sometimes you're sitting calmly, but a storm rages inside. Your heart races, your mind drowns in an unknown fear, and it feels like something terrible is about to happen, even if there's no clear reason. That's stress, not from outside, but from within. The most dangerous thing about stress is that it creeps in slowly, and we get used to living with it. We brush it off as, I'm just a little busy, or my mind's a bit off today. But stress never stays silent. It slows your thinking, sabotages focus, and clouds decisions. Imagine working on a task. Everything seems fine on the surface, but anxiety presses down. You judge every small mistake, overthink every step, and tie every outcome to failure. What's the quality of that work? The journey becomes painful. Stress burns productivity from the inside, affecting not just your mind, but your body. Disrupting sleep, draining energy, and teaching you to live with fatigue. But stress isn't an enemy. It's a signal that something needs attention. The first step is to pause. Stop everything. No phone, no talking. Just connect with yourself. Take a deep breath and ask your mind, what do you need right now? Sometimes it needs space, clarity, or just reassurance that you're not alone. Another powerful way to handle stress is movement. Walk, stretch, or stand in fresh air for a few minutes. Your mind will start to settle. Most importantly, reset your expectations. We demand perfection from ourselves, pile on pressure to do everything quickly, and lose ourselves in the process. But you're not a machine. You're human, with feelings, flaws, and the capacity to heal. Managing stress means giving your brain the care it deserves, living in harmony with it. If you don't stop stress, it will stop you. The question is, will you let yourself burn out, or will you take a small step today to heal? The choice is yours, and so is the peace.
Rule 5. Repeat to remember. Have you ever felt like you've heard something important, read an idea, noted an inspiring quote, or learned a concept, but when the moment to act comes, your mind goes blank? Sometimes it feels like your memory betrays you. But the truth is, your brain doesn't just store information by hearing or seeing it once. It strengthens through repetition. Your brain is like a muscle. You don't build a six-pack with one gym session, and you don't retain knowledge with one exposure. True retention requires repetition. When you repeat something, hear it, see it, feel it, it stops being just information and becomes part of your brain. Think of song lyrics you never tried to memorize, but know by heart, because you've heard them repeatedly. Now imagine applying this technique to your goals, dreams, or values. By repeating them, you embed them in your mind. The challenge in today's fast-paced life is that we consume new things daily, but rarely revisit them. We seek inspiration but don't integrate it. You hear a great idea, feel motivated, then move to the next reel, and it's gone. Repetition isn't boring. It's your brain's language. When you revisit an idea, say it to yourself or write it daily, your brain prioritizes it. This shapes your habits, influences your decisions, and designs your outcomes. If you want to build a skill, spark a change, or develop a mindset, start repeating it daily. It might feel awkward at first, but slowly, those thoughts sink into your subconscious. You'll be amazed at how clearly you think, how confidently you decide, and how quickly you act. Repetition turns knowledge into memory, and memory into action. Next time a powerful thought strikes you, don't let it pass. Hold it, repeat it, absorb it. What you think repeatedly becomes your identity. Rule 6. Visuals beat text. Have you ever read a line in a book that made sense at the time but faded from memory days later? Then one day a simple image hits you, stirring something deep inside without a single word. That's the power of visuals. Our brains process images faster, feel them deeper, and remember them longer than words. When you see an image, it blends colors, emotions, and meaning into one instant signal. Text requires decoding, but visuals go straight to your heart and mind. Imagine learning a new concept. You can read a dense paragraph or see an infographic that explains it with colors and shapes. Most would choose the latter. It's faster, clearer, and sticks. Visuals turn information into an experience. That's why children's books have pictures, but as adults, we abandon this habit and settle for boring learning. Now imagine using visuals to boost productivity, master a skill, or remember an idea. Mind maps, diagrams, color-coded notes, or vision boards engage your brain's logic and imagination. This imagination is the fuel that takes your thinking to the next level. Visuals bring clarity, like a path appearing through fog. When you turn a goal into an image or pin it on a vision board, it's no longer just a dream. It's a visual reality that pulls you daily, inspires you, and reminds you why you started. Visuals aren't just seen, they're felt. And what's felt is rarely forgotten. So if you want your thoughts organized, retained, and your mind refreshed daily, make visuals your best friend alongside text. In a fast world where everyone chases information, those who visualize it stand out. The choice is yours. Just read or see, feel, and make it part of your life. Rule 7. Emotions drive action. Whether we admit it or not, our habits, goals, and productivity aren't driven by logic but by emotions. You've noticed it. When you're emotionally connected to a task, you can work on it for hours without tiring. But if your heart's not in it, the same task feels like a burden, tempting you to procrastinate. Sometimes we push ourselves with discipline. Don't waste time. Don't be lazy. Yet the motivation fades. Why? Because logic is there, but emotion is missing. Emotions are the invisible force that ignites action. If a goal lacks an emotional connection, it's just a list item, a task you want to check off, but don't feel. Think of a mother staying up all night for her child, a soldier risking their life for their country, or an artist perfecting a painting for months. Is it just routine? No, it's a deep emotional drive, a personal meaning. Emotions awaken the dormant energy within you. When a task feels like you're calling, a fire sparks inside, making action unstoppable. The mistake we make is planning tasks with logic alone. I should do this. I need to finish that. But we miss why we want to do it. Every action needs an emotional reason, one that touches your heart. When your heart's involved, your mind aligns. To unleash your brain's full potential and wake up inspired, connect each task to a story, a feeling, joy, pain, guilt, pride, or an unfulfilled dream. Emotions are the engine that moves your mind. Rule 8. Your brain needs breaks. Sometimes we expect ourselves to work like machines, relentless, tireless, always on. From morning to night, we chase tasks, tick off goals, and aim for maximum productivity. But we're not machines. We're human, and even the most powerful brain has limits. Have you noticed that after hours of non-stop work, your mind feels empty? Your body's at the desk, but your focus wanders. You stare at the screen, but nothing makes sense. A subtle fatigue settles in. Not just physical, but mental. That's your brain signaling, I need a break. Yet we feel guilty. If I take a break, I'll waste time. We push harder thinking, just a bit more, then I'll rest. But in that bit more, we lose energy, focus, and creativity. Breaks aren't a weakness. They're how you recharge productivity. Your brain operates in ultradian rhythms, cycles of 90 to 120 minutes where it can sustain peak focus. After that, it needs a reset. Ignore it and you slip into a low-energy zone. But short breaks, 5 or 10 minutes of stepping away, walking, or deep breathing, give your brain silent power. That sluggish mind sharpens again, working with double the clarity and speed. Breaks don't set you back, they help you bounce forward. Your brain works hard all day, solving problems, managing emotions, maintaining focus. Doesn't it deserve a moment of rest? Sometimes the most productive thing is to do nothing, to pause and reclaim yourself. In that pause, you find answers that endless hustle can't deliver. So, when your mind feels tired and your heart says, just stop for a bit, do it. No guilt, just respect. That pause is where your true strength begins again. Conclusion. When you started this journey, you might have wondered how to do more, tire less, and get faster results. Now you've not only explored productivity, but uncovered your brain's true power. You know sleep isn't just a habit, but a force to refresh your mind. Moving your body sharpens your mind. Focusing on one task is the real superpower. Stress isn't a burden, but a signal to address. Repetition, visuals, and emotions turn your brain into a supercharged engine. and a small break can be the start of your biggest breakthrough. These 8 brain rules aren't dull theories. They're silent weapons for your daily life, transforming the ordinary into the extraordinary. The question is, will you just marvel at these rules or start living them? Action turns knowledge into power. The decision is yours. If you found this inspiring, watch it again. Comment below. Which of these 8 brain rules will have the biggest impact on your life? If you want to uncover more mind-changing secrets, subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss the next transformative insight. Share this with others who want to grow a little better every day. Your brain is your greatest asset. Learn to wield it right. See you in the next life-changing journey. Thank you.